What's going on, YouTube? Today we've got another set of Pokemon Go battles in the Open Ultra Go Battle League. Today we're going to be looking at XL Level 51 Whimsicott. That's right. Whimsicott only gets to around 2270 something as a hundo. So we're looking at the level 51 Best Buddy boosted to get it to a CP of 2304, I believe. Um, and so it can kind of compete in the Ultra League. It's got that really cool grass and fairy typing, so we're going to see how that works out in this video today. I've paired it with a Charizard as my safe switch, and then a Shadow Swampert as the closer. So let's take a look. It's not a very bulky team. You definitely get your wins fast, which is kind of nice, or losses fast for that matter. But yeah, let's just hop right into the battles. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, I have the hundo. We're running Seed Bomb on it instead of Grass Knot, which is recommended. But here we go. Right in the first battle, we're core breaking this first player's team. We've got a Guzzlord, and they are not switching out. This is a horrible match for the Guzzlord. They don't even build up to a potential Sludge Bomb. So they're just going straight Crunch. Crunch debuffs me 100% of the time. You'll see that I actually overfarmed over 100 energy here because I was expecting them not to shield, but they actually shielded and then swapped out. So they're down switch and shields. So I'm fine with matching shields here and then keeping switch. And then I think I do it again. I build up over 100 energy just to CMP tie them on the second Scald for some reason. That's what I do. Do the Earthquake. Let's see if we can get that off. We're at our max energy possible. They come back in with the Guzzlord. They're loaded, but that's fine. We're not shielding anything here. We're just going to come back in with our Whimsicott. They only throw the Dragon Claw. They don't get to another move before we get to the Earthquake, so we'll see if they let this go. They shouldn't. There's no reason to use this Guzzlord. Yep, and then there's the Trevenant in the back, right? So, I mean, this is pretty much a triple hard counter team here. They had two good answers for Whimsicott actually in the back, so I'm not really sure why they were switching out. Trevenant actually has a positive matchup into Whimsicott, so I'm not sure why they didn't swap out, but go for that Blast Burn. I think we even go for the catch, just going for style points. I'm not sure if a Shadow Ball would have taken us out from that range. But we get the catch. We're going to the Blast Burn, even though we only need a Dragon Claw. They're in the red at this point. And we take them out. But yeah, as I was saying, we're running Seed Bomb instead of Grass Knot, which is recommended on PV Poke. The only reason I'm running Seed Bomb is it actually improves the number of matchups that you win, even in simulations. But it's also just better for a pacing advantage. Anyways, into the next match, we've got a Steelix on the lead. They go only up to either a Breaking Swipe or a Psychic Fangs, throwing on poor timing just to get it off. They're completely walled here otherwise. Their other move is either Crunch, Earthquake, or Breaking Swipe, right? None of which can even hit Whimsicott. So another Pokemon that Whimsicott is walling. We're just going to spam up the Seed Bombs. I think after two Psychic Fangs, we're going to get out, just because I don't want them to just Psychic Fangs me down. And I believe they win. I'm not sure in the zeros actually who wins that, but I switch out into the Charizard. No surprise, they have an answer to Fire in Swampert. I don't build up to the Blast Burn. I'm just going for the Dragon Claw. If you don't know this, Blast Burn, even resisted, actually does more damage than Dragon Claw. But I know one Hydro doesn't take me out here, right? So, and they're not going to be able to Mud Shot me down before I get off at least another move. So I'm going for the harder hitting Blast Burn here. They don't shield that up, and if they committed to the farm down there, I might have made it to a Dragon Claw. So they actually throw their energy right before, which is fine. I come in with Whimsicott here. I tank a Hydro, right? Whimsicott, it's got some decent bulk in the Ultra League, especially at such a high level. And then I get the Fairy Wind down, which is awesome. So I'm just going to chip this Steelix with a Seed Bomb, and then I'm going to save another Seed Bomb just in case there's something else that's weak to grass in the back. So I come in with Swampert. They're just chipping with a Psychic Fangs here, I believe. So I'm not going to shield that. Yeah. And then they come in with their final Pokemon, Giratina. So someone's got to start giving up shields at some point, right? In this match, we both got two. So I'm baiting with the Hydro. I feel like this is a pretty safe bait. Yep, and it is. They go for it. I actually went for that on the CMP tie. I'm shielding everything too. I can't afford to take damage. My Whimsicott is already so low, and these Shadow Claws are adding up with that Psychic Fangs debuff. So I'm shielding everything here. I go for an Earthquake this time on the CMP tie. They let it through. I have to shield this. I don't really have any other option. I'm one away from the Moonblast on my Whimsicott. So I switch, I reset the debuff, I get the Moonblast off, and I have the Hydra cannon loaded. So I'm spamming that, and it never shows up. Oh well. If I had taken that out, could I have made it to another Hydro and taken out the Steelix, or Mudshot farmed them down? Potentially, I'm not even sure if a Hydro is enough to take them out there. Game doesn't work, unfortunately, so we take that loss. Okay, we got a steal on the lead. Not great, right? You would think. What's the moveset on Berserker? Foul Play, Close Combat, Trailblaze. If they could be running Iron Head, that would be super effective. But the most common movesets right there, all walled by Whimsicott. It's got such a unique typing to the Ultra League, same as like Tapu Bulu in the Master League, but I think it's actually even better in the Ultra League. And Tapu Bulu has that Bullet Seed for the fast move, which I think Fairy Wind, just for like the energy generation and the two turn move aspect, is actually a little bit better. But anyways, they CMP tie us on the last. It might have been better to go double Seed Bomb rather than Moonblast Seed Bomb there, but we come in with Charizard, get the farm down, let our Whimsicott go. They've got an Ampharos in the back, so we come in with a Swampert, and then they got a Poliwrath. So Poliwrath love to shield the first and Icy Wind, so I'm going Hydro Bait. Yep. They shield that. They're getting off that move right away. I think this is only an Icy Wind. I don't even think they built up to a Scald. Yep, so they just go straight Icy Wind. This time I'm going Earthquake. Full sending that, because if they let this go, suddenly they're in wing attack range, right? So I'm not shielding anything anymore. And they actually let me get to a Hydro. I somehow lose CMP there. I'm not sure if, who had one turn like lag there, but we actually get this Hydro off. And we quick switch into the Charizard, but they actually match, and they come in with Ampharos. I know they're only one away from their second move, and they are running Thunder Punch, but I've got two shields, right? So I can shield another. I can go straight Blast Burn probably and win this. I've got enough energy, and they call the bait. I think that was their only win con, and it was me baiting, and calling it. So they let that go, and unfortunately they pay the price because I knew my win con was not baiting. Another good lead. This time we're looking at a Giratina. This one is more neutral because they've got Shadow Claws. They come in with Venusaur, right? So we come in with Charizard. Sludge Bomb, it'll do about 50%, 55 to Charizard. Yeah, 50%. So I'm going to farm up right before they get to their next move and then throw the Blast Burn. I'm honestly not sure who wins CMP between Charizard and Venusaur. I imagine it's Charizard, but I'm not taking any chances. They let it go, so they're going to come back in with the Giratina. But here's a great thing. We've got coverage, right? We've got super effective Dragon Claws that we can spam out onto this Giratina until they choose to take us out. So they let us get to another one. We're going to keep spamming these Dragon Claws until they throw. And they finally decide to get off a move. But our Charizard has taken an entire Pokemon and another down to a third, maybe a fourth of its health. So we're just going to come back in with the Whimsicott here. They can throw either Ancient Power or whatever the Ghost move is. I'm blanking on right now. They actually get the boost, so I wasn't confident a Seed Bomb would take out from that range, so I just go Moonblast. Don't even need to fully charge it, and it's an Empoleon in the back, so that is a pretty triple hard counter team right there, unfortunately for them. Okay, next match. Do we get another positive lead? No, this is a very negative lead. We're obviously not going to come in with our hot answer here. We're going to come in with our safe swap. They're probably, they're just going to get a Poison Fang off and then dip, which is fine. Charizard can take a Poison Fang, no problem, especially the non-Shadow. This I'm just going Dragon Claw because Blast Burn's resisted, but even this Poliwrath shield, this time I go for the Blast Burn because it's going to hit harder, and they're probably going to debuff me after this. If not, take me out. Yep, and they're just going straight for the counter down. So they let me get to another move. I get out another Dragon Claw. And so they double shield, which is pretty incredible. So we're up 2 shields. I think they're going to blind throw Icy Wind here, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yep. So I come in Swampert, right? Because they're going to blind throw Icy Wind, thinking I'm going to come back in with the Whimsicott. I don't. I shield one. I wasn't counting, so I think now I know this could only be an Icy Wind. I think they were only at the 13 counters, but yep. So I end up shielding, unfortunately. I probably shouldn't have, and then they come in with Mana Buzz, right? But this one's on Air Slash, so this is actually not a great matchup because they can spam that Aerial Ace with the Air Slashes. But then they actually come back in with the Nidoqueen. We're going to just get these Seed Bombs off as much as we can before they're going to Poison Jab us down, right? Poison, double super effective. Swampert covers that pretty well with the ground subtyping. But they're just spamming. I mean, they had enough for the Earth Power there, so I'm not sure why, but they just get off another Poison Fang. I CMP tie them on the next Poison Fang to take them out with a Hydro. I shield this. I don't think there's a chance I'm even making. I think it takes 3 Hydro Cannons to take out a Mana Buzz. So I throw in good timing there. Somehow they CMP tie me, which shouldn't be how that works because they should be 1 turn behind me, but they do and take me out. But it looks like another Hydro wouldn't have taken them out either way. So that's another loss, unfortunately. But another team that was core broken by Whimsicott, right? They had Mana Buzz. It was on Air Slash, but Mana Buzz and the Giratina, I think. Maybe that was, I don't even remember. Oh no, it was the Nidoqueen, never mind. Pass match. Anyways, Ampharos in the lead. Another great matchup for Whimsicott, right? What do they have? Brutal Swing, Thunder Punch, Zap Cannon, Focus Blast, Trailblaze, every single move, Dragon Pulse, every single move that Ampharos can learn is walled by Whimsicott, which is, I mean, it really is incredible. And it's they come in with Skeletor. I didn't want to be farmed down, so I actually hot switch right into the Charizard here. Right, Incinerates are resisted. Summoning Voice is resisted, and then I draw back out a Pokemon that's good against Whimsicott. I mean, that's going to have a losing matchup against Whimsicott, right? So they come in. I'm not shielding anything here. I drew out exactly what I wanted, and now I'm going to have the Swampert on the Skeletor. So they only go for the Night Slash, which means I'm going to get off another Dragon Claw. I'm not really worried about fast move timing there. I think another Water Shuriken would have taken me out. They let it go. Everything's walled once again on Whimsicott, Night Slash, and Hydro Cannon, unless they're for some reason running Aerial Ace, but we've seen the Night Slash, so they're not. And we actually get the Fairy Wind down before they even get to another move. We just come quick into Swampert, and they know with 2 shields there's no chance in hell they're winning that. Into the next match. Let's see who we can get on the lead this time. Ninetales. So this one is going to be up to what the fast move is. It's Charm. So we stay in. We're going to build up to the Moonblast, bait with the Seed Bomb. Charmers, they're not very good players. They usually love to shield. And that's exactly what happens. I try and catch the Weather Ball onto my Swampert. It doesn't work out, which is fine. They obviously have an answer to fire in Swampert. So they come in with the Swampert. Once again, I know, non-shadow, both of us. I know a Hydro Cannon doesn't take me out here, so I'm no shielding this. They can't farm me down. So this time I'm going for the Blast Burn. And I think this one plays it a little bit differently. Yep, they shield the Blast Burn. They know it's going to hurt. I do still get to the Dragon Claw, so good on the past opponent to throw before I got to this move. But this one knows they can take it. They're down 2 shields though, right? And I come in Whimsicott and they're completely walled. So Earthquake and Hydro are resisted. If they have Sludge Bomb, that is double super effective. So, but they come back in the Skeletor. We get into that Swampert, and we're throwing on good timing here, getting off that Hydro. on the Skeledirge. And they actually let it go. I know I can farm them down before they get to another move. So I'm going to shield this up. They're going to full send the Shadow Ball as they should. And I get the full Mudshot down. They've got a Ninetales coming back in. They just go for the Weather Ball. I let that go. I am going to go straight Hydro Cannon here. They let the first one go. 2 Hydro Cannons looks like more than enough to take out. And then they've got that third Swampert in the back. We come in with the Whimsicott and get off that Seed Bomb. Okay. Into the next match, we got Tamer Boy. Let's see what you got, Tamer Boy. He's got a Virizion in the lead. It's hard to build around Virizion against Whimsicott. Oh, and just as I'm saying that, he quits immediately. So clearly his backline did not want to see Whimsicott. Yeah, right, because think about it. His backline, he's got to be good against fire. So, yeah. He's going to have a water probably in the back. This time we've got another Guzzlord on the lead, and once again, they are not switching out. This time I go for the Undercharge in the Moonblast. They still shield. They like to play this out, obviously, because they don't really have a better option. Funnily enough, in the back, it's usually like a Feraligatr or something. And Feraligatr actually has a better matchup against Whimsicott than Guzzlord, significantly, especially only if you're running Ice Beam, obviously. Hydro Cannon Crunch, you're not going to win that. But if you got a Guzzlord on the lead, why would you be running Crunch on your Feraligatr? But anyways, they wanted to play the 2 shield scenario, which I mean is great for me because Whimsicott wins that in the 0 to 2s, and exactly right, they come in with the Feraligatr here. And so I get off the Seed Bomb. This is one of those instances where I kind of wish you had Grass Knot because it would just do a little bit more damage, but it's fine. I'm going to come in with Swampert here. I know they're going to get to 2 moves before I even get to 1, so I'm forced to kind of let 1 go through. And then I will shield the next, and then I can overfarm just a little bit before I take them out with a Hydro Cannon of my own because they're already in the red. And then we'll get to see what that Pokemon is in the back. We've got a 2 Pokemon and 1 shield advantage, and it is a Grand Ball, and they quit, which is good because they would have been walled by my Charizard. Charms resisted, so. Into the next match. Can we get another good lead? Yes, we can. Whimsicott, I mean, it is just so good on the lead in the Ultra League right now. And right, they come in with Venusaur, we come in with Charizard. We know we can tank a Sludge Bomb, even if it was Shadow. We could tank it. 50% on the non-Shadow. Farming up right before they get to the next move. Throw off that Blast Burn. This one lets it go as well. They come back in with the Swampert. I'm farming up. I'm going for the harder hitting Blast Burn because I know overall it's just going to do more damage. And they still are going to have to use a Hydra to take me out. They don't, so I'm going to get off the Dragon Claw right away. And they let that go too. They're farming up again. They're going to take me out with the Hydra here, but then I just come back in with a Whimsicott and I wall their energy again, right? So, they're actually throwing a move here. This could be, they do have enough energy for a potential Sludge Bomb here, I think. But they don't have it. They're just going straight Hydro. And I am fine with taking these Hydras. These Hydras are not going to do much to me. And it's certainly not going to get me lower than that Swampert is. So I am forced to throw because they would make another move before I take them out. So I do get off the Seed Bomb to take them out. And they've got a Typhlosion in the back. Come in Swampert. Even shield scenario, all of their moves are resisted, right? So there's nothing they can do there. Into the next match, Ampharos again, which, I mean, the amount of Ampharos leads I ran into were crazy. And for some reason, none of them switch out. I don't think they understand that every single move they could possibly learn is walled here. But I'm going straight Moonblast here. It does like 60 to 70%, which is pretty crazy. I don't know if double Seed Bomb is actually the better play here, but I actually just go Moonblast and then get off the Seed Bomb, but that would be something good to look at. they let that go. What is in the back? We will never know. And they quit the game. Is this? I think this is the start of the video again, right? Yep. So yeah, that was I think 10 or 11 games that I played in the Open Ultra League with this team. Whimsicott, as you saw, was fantastic on the lead. It is hard to build around Whimsicott. Like Swampert and Whimsicott make a pretty decent core, at least for Whimsicott, right? It's weak to poison, which Swampert covers. It's weak to fire, which Swampert covers. It's weak to steals because it can't throw anything against steals, right? Same with fire, once again, but the ground covers the steals, and Swampert's water typing resisting steel type moves, like if a Skarmy, for example. So yeah, that core is pretty good. It's also weak to flying. One of the more common most common flying types I typically see in the Ultra League are Talonflame, probably, and maybe Gliscor. Both are weak to water, so that's what having a Swampert in the back is good for. Charizard was kind of neutral into all those things that I just mentioned, so I decided to throw it on the team. It resists the fire. Um, it's not weak to Gliscor, right? The ground isn't doing like super effective damage. Like um, it, the poison is fine. One problem for this team obviously would be like a Tentacruel on the lead, right? It's got the poison typing, and then it can hit Charizard for super effective damage. You still have to come in Charizard, and I think you just have to shield the Scald and play it out because that's kind of your only option. And if they want to play it out and just stay in that matchup, then you can wait the switch climb timer and eventually align your Swampert on it, and hopefully from there you can kind of play out of it. But yeah, that's the team. Give it a try if you happen to have a level 51 Whimsicott maxed out. If you don't, maybe consider it. I think it's genuinely a really good pick for the Ultra League, and it's really good at core breaking the current meta, which consists of like dragons and fighters and water. I mean, that's literally all the Ultra League is, and Whimsicott covers it all, right? So I think it's a great pick. If you do try it out, let me know how it works. And thanks for watching the video. Peace.